Number one Michigan fan, Mitch from Lansing, hit us up and said, "What do you make of so many of last year's coaching staffers leaving to join Jim Harbaugh in LA or just leaving altogether? It's like Harbaugh's jumping ship and leaving the program stranded at sea. It's really not looking good right now." Can't disagree necessarily. It's not the end of the world, but man, they've lost Harbaugh, obviously. They lost Jesse Mentor, the DC. Jay Harbaugh was the special teams guy, safeties coach. Mike Elston, defensive line. Ben Herbert, legendary strength and conditioning coach up there. He's gone. They lost some off-field guys. And Sharon Moore, technically elevated. So you're looking for an OC, you're looking for a DC. You're looking for a lot, and you're not even mentioning losing players as well. So I'll get back to Harbaugh in a second, but you also got two NCAA investigations sort of just looming in the background. There is unrest, to put it mildly, behind the curtain at the athletic director position, and namely the way a lot of people feel about the athletic director up there. Not the biggest superstar in Michigan circles, Ward Manuel, and their NIL situation leaves a lot to be desired right now. What I'm trying to tell you is they just won the national title, and there are a lot of flaws in that program. Winning titles sometimes covers that up, but there are a lot of flaws in that program right now. So you may ask yourself, oh man, with all this behind-the-scenes drama and friction, what does Sharon Moore do? He puts his nose down and he gets to work. That's what he does. You fix it. It's your program now. You fix it. Listen, Harbaugh was on very hard times as well not too long ago. So anyone inside that program remembers that. They've seen it. You don't always get handed a winner. Like you don't always get handed a ready-made, turnkey, national champ, repeat type team. Sometimes you got to build. Sometimes you got to get dirty a little bit. Maybe they'll have to up there. Like I said the other day, man, when they announced Sharon Moore, I don't know. I don't know how qualified he is. They do. I can't know. I've never seen him be a head coach, aside from, interim position this year. But I don't know him like they do. In the building, they know him. So if they circled him, knowing full well how attractive that Michigan job would be nationally, if they took it to market, and they still circled him and said, nope, don't need to search. This is our guy. That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. I'll judge him based on results, just like the rest of us will. But the people in the building believe in him. Okay? Well, the right people, I guess, believe in him. But they got to get the rest of the right folks in the building. Now, as for Harbaugh, I know there's a kind of a modicum of a conversation out there about Jim Harbaugh right now. And, well, was this all worth it? Yeah, sure, we won a national title, but now he gutted our staff, and all the other guys have kind of left or they're not here anymore, and we got these unresolved NCAA investigations. And is that all worth it? Yes, it's all worth it. I was there. I was in Houston. I saw you guys. I saw those looks on your faces. Absolutely, it's worth it. You won a national championship. You beat Ohio State 3 years in a row in the process. Yeah, it's worth it. Because you know as well as I do, no matter how this year or next year, the year after that turns out, no matter what kind of like rubber stamp penalties the NCAA comes down on you with, that's not what you're going to tell your grandkids about. If you're a student at Michigan right now, that's not what you're telling your kids 20 years down the road. You don't care about that stuff. You're going to tell them about being at that Ohio State game. You're going to tell them about going to the Big Ten title games and yawning in the second half. You're going to tell them about an instant classic against Bama in the Rose Bowl, finally getting over that playoff hump, and then going to Houston, Texas. And by the way, listening to hail on the roof pregame, that was a wild experience, and winning a national championship. That's what you're going to tell them. Yeah, that's worth it. Absolutely, that's what. My advice is win a national championship whenever you can. Not necessarily however you can. We're not advocating for underhandedness around here. That's not the Pate State way. But we're going to let the NCAA sort that out. I have no comment on investigations, largely, until they're concluded. And so this one's not yet, or those aren't yet. But yeah, yes, it's worth the trade-off.